What's good, UB2Bs? Back at it again with another video. I hope you all are having an amazing weekend, or I guess Memorial Day weekend. I didn't even realize that Memorial Day was on Monday until yesterday. So, shout out to another holiday. I think that's amazing. I'm kind of losing track of time, I guess. But I guess I could say that I slept well last night, but I was up trying to upload my video this morning until like 4:30 in the morning because my computer was not exporting the file properly. So I literally fell asleep around like 2:30 or something, and then woke up to an error message that it closed out and my screensaver turned on, and it just messed. And it's like I literally had to try to export my file like 6-7 times before it finally worked. And it was 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning before I finally scheduled my video to be uploaded. So I'm glad that I still made my 6 a.m. scheduled release. But with that said, guys, like I didn't get out of bed until 11:30, and it just felt amazing to just lay in my bed again. I feel refreshed. I don't feel tired or anything right now. I keep getting my Amazon deliveries at like between 4 in the morning and 8 in the morning. So I think I woke up around 6 to the front door buzzer thing going off, and I had to run into the living room and hit the button. I wish it was on my phone like it was back in LA, but I'm still glad to even have the opportunity to push the button because my place in Brooklyn didn't have that, and I had to go downstairs for deliveries and food and all that kind of stuff. And it makes a huge difference when I can press the button and get deliveries directly to my front door. I still have not made a decision on a security system. Simply Safe is kind of giving me a package deal of like $150-200, I think it is, for the door thing. The doorbell thing is it was supposed to be giving me like the keypad, and then I think a camera on the inside, and then like 2 window things. I could install it myself, but I don't know. I just feel a lot better about having a professional person come and install it for me, just because I don't want to do something wrong or mess it up. And actually, like, a lot of you guys are saying you have the Ring. I feel like Ring is the most common security system for outside the door. Was it something that was easy to install, or was it difficult? How was the process with that? I just want to hear some firsthand feedback from you guys. But I also want to have like security inside of the apartment as well, like the alarm thing, something happens or whatever, and like the cameras, maybe something like that. But I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out, and I'm just gonna have to just get over the money hurdle thing and just pull the trigger on it. One cool thing that I realized was that I pulled the fridge back out of the way a little bit, and then realized that I had 5 more outlets behind the fridge that are kind of hidden because the fridge was pushed up against the wall. So that's a cool thing, because when I was originally looking at the apartment video, I actually didn't see any outlets. Like from the video, the way that the broker panned the video around and stuff, like I was kind of worried that there was only like 2 or 3 outlets in the entire complex. And I have invested a lot of money into like outlet multiplier things, when you plug the multiple outlet thing into the outlet, and it gives me like 6 more outlets, just because I require a lot of electricity as far as plugging things in, a lot of equipment and these traps, and I like the air wicks and all that kind of stuff. So a lot of these only have like 1 or 2 outlet things, and it just helps to have, now I have an extender thing on every single one of my outlets. So that actually, like, I am just feeling right now very grateful, just like so grateful that I have this apartment. I think I pretty much wake up every day just feeling blessed that I was able to secure this spot. I don't know why that happened to me, but I don't know. I'm just feeling very grateful and just thankful for this opportunity, and just everything that's just happened in the past couple months. And another thing that I wanted to kind of talk about that's more personal is the fact that there's some realizations as far as like me and my getting used to being single life, and the fact that like when I was depressed back when it was like earlier on in the breakup and stuff, I would just kind of sit around and just be depressed and just sulking and just kind of in my feelings and just kind of laying there with no motivation and stuff. And still to this day, like I think part of the reason why I am able to sort of pump out the videos as much as I am is because I notice when I am busy and just my whole mind and brain and stuff is just filled with things to do, getting content, setting up the lights, putting the cameras all up, and just I don't have time to focus or even think about my ex. I don't have time to like there's no opportunity for her to pop up in my mind or take up space in my brain, because I'm so focused on my craft, or I'm so focused on getting this content or videos out, that I think that is a motivating factor in why I am able to do so. Because I just notice if I do take like a day or two off, or 3 days, like I start like thinking about her, or like just more, I guess it's not negative thoughts, but it's just distracting thoughts. So it does push me to continue to just make as much content as possible, because I just noticed that my energy levels and output and stuff is just so much more optimal and stuff when I don't have literal space in my brain to think about it. So I just wanted to note that. So like any of you guys who might be experiencing a breakup, or you know, just going through some type of grief or something, like just hopefully you find some sort of passion or hobby, or just try to do something every day to fill your time up with, because that does make a huge difference in the way that I or you will respond to, you know, pondering or sulking thoughts, or just kind of depressed thoughts. And I really don't have that anymore, just because like my entire day consists of editing, talking in front of the camera, setting up the light. All those things like play a huge part in my day-to-day and how I feel, and I couldn't be happier right now. I literally couldn't be happier with my setup. You guys coming in here and just like, you guys just like are just give me so much good energy, and it gives me motivation to just wake up and continue doing it every day. So, you know, thank you guys once again for just like being a positive influence in my life and helping me stay passionate and on top of these videos and stuff. But today the sun was poking through this morning. I woke up a few times, like I said, this morning, just to run up and get the packages and whatnot, and the sun was literally just poking through. It is a bit cloudy right now, but I would rather take the clouds than have it be like super dark and gloomy and stuff. So I have been having this itch to just do street photography. I haven't done street photography in New York in a while, and it's Saturday. I think I'm going to just hop in the shower and grab my camera and just go down somewhere and just start shooting. Hopefully it doesn't rain or anything. It doesn't say there's any rain in the forecast, but I have just been wanting to just shoot like you guys don't even know. So I'm gonna just hop in the shower. I do need to eat something, because I do have a pretty bad habit of forgetting to eat. I mean, obviously it's almost 2 p.m. right now because I woke up so late, but I do have a bad habit of just skipping meals, just because I'm so worried about content and stuff like that, you know, I just need to eat before I do anything. That way I don't just push past it and just kind of forget. I don't know why that always happens to me, but I also don't have anything in my fridge right now as far as food goes. I wanted to go to Trader Joe's, but for me, especially living in New York, I do not like going to Trader Joe's past like 3-4 o'clock and stuff, because that is when it's at its busiest, really past like noon, especially on the weekends. I like to go earlier in the morning, and obviously that was not a possibility for me, as I didn't even go to sleep until about 5 in the morning. So I'm gonna try to maybe have a chance to go tomorrow. Sundays are a vibe, so I'm gonna maybe try to just get that in tomorrow. And this guy is just, I don't know what his problem is or his issue is this morning. Maybe he's just hangry. He hasn't had breakfast, he hasn't had lunch, and it's getting later into the day, so maybe he'll chill out a little bit, you know, as we get some food in our tummy. But I think that's the vibe. I'm just gonna throw a fit on and grab some food and go down and start shooting, because that is what I've been feeling. My leg, I really don't feel as much pain today, so I don't know, I just slept it off, and I'm just feeling pretty good. So woke up in a good mood, partly because of you guys once again, and like I said, I'm gonna throw this fit on and figure the rest of the day out. So if y'all want to follow along. And I did also want to mention the fact that maybe you guys have noticed, like, oh, he wears the same clothes every day, whatever, and it's like, I just don't have time. It's because, first of all, it is because I do wear the same clothes. Like if I don't sweat in like a shirt or whatever, like there's no reason for me to waste space in my laundry basket or anything, just because I pay by the pound, and you know, I could literally wear the same shirt or whatever for like 3 days in a row or whatever, just because I haven't sweat in it. If I'm just kind of like lounging around the house and stuff, you know, I could like get dressed up to come sit in front of the camera in the morning or whatever to start the day, and it's just like, for me, that involves so much energy and energy expenditure that it's just not worth it for me, because all I want to do is just hit the record button. I don't want to have any friction from me getting up and starting my videos and stuff like that. So if you guys did notice and was wondering why sometimes I will wear the exact same shirt that I wore yesterday or the day before, or the same sweatpants or what have you, it's because like I just am trying to be as streamlined as possible, and I don't want to be distracted by little things like that are sort of inconvenient or not going to make a huge difference in my day-to-day, I guess. So if you were all wondering why I'm wearing the same clothes, now you know. All right, you guys, this is the fit. I just showered up and am a bit clean. I obviously have the new beret on my head. So what do you guys think of the fit? I am really feeling myself right now with this fit. I really feel like myself. I really feel confident. I really feel like this fits me and my personal style very well, even though I am taking a bit of a risk by rocking it. But starting from top to bottom, it is the ALD beret on head. I've got this, is one of my favorite shirts that I picked up for about 15-20 bucks on sale at the ASOS store in Los Angeles that no longer exists. And then I've got the shirt that I picked up from, this is a weekday biker jacket that I picked up from, or actually I picked it up in London. So this was actually one of those items that was on the return rack in the fitting room, and it was the only one left in stock. It was a large, and I always love, like, Weekday is literally my favorite store in Europe. So I just figured, I always never saw myself wearing like a leather biker jacket for some reason, but for some reason the denim version of that leather biker jacket just felt a bit more like my personal style. I don't know why the leather biker jacket just doesn't suit me or feel like my vibe, but this just feels right. And the way that I kind of go about my wardrobes and whatnot, I think about items that are in my closet that I haven't worn in a while and that I think about and am wanting to put into my rotation. And sometimes these things pop and I start obsessing over that item, and I'm thinking about what pants and shoes and everything are going to go with that specific jacket. So I'll think of a specific piece in my wardrobe and then kind of work my way around that, starting with the pants. But like I said, guys, today is the perfect day to wear a jacket. It is 60 something, low 60s, 60 degrees, and it is actually feels like 50 something is what the weather app says. So I actually prefer that kind of weather than it be like 75 or 80 degrees or something, because I don't want to sweat and I would like to wear a jacket as I'm walking around, even though I am most likely going to break a sweat as soon as I step outside and start walking around anyways. But back to the fit, I do have these Bershka striped jeans that I picked up from Bershka actually I got these off the internet. So these are Bershka, and then I do have the Adrian loafers on feet. So this is the fit, and of course the biker chain, it helps complete the fit in my opinion. But I am really feeling this fit, you guys, and I'm trying to get away from just throwing on a simple white tee, simple black tee, and wearing more like collared shirts and stuff. I believe it gives you another dimension as far as wardrobe goes. But this is the fit. Now let's get out there and take some photographs.
sin salir, llegado el momento pa' mover y sonreír. Si hay alguna primavera que florece en ti, pues sal afuera y celébrala, déjate fluir. ¿Y quién
top down in LA. And you switching on your old friends, they just can't relate. Say that you can see right through me, but you're the one who's fake. Baby, I see what you're doing, but that just ain't the way. Now your life is like a movie, top down in LA. And you switching on your old friends, they just can't relate. Say that you can see right through me, but you're the one who's fake. Baby, I see what you're doing, but that just ain't the way. This ain't no way, my baby. I could pull up if you ask me any day, my baby. I just hope you're doing good and staying safe, my baby. Really, I could give a fuck like who of us I'm really playing, baby. Now this liquor got me pacing, this liquor got me fucked up. I love the way you dancing, but we don't even talk now. Now we really racing, never wanna run out. Steady underrated, I'm always on the cloud. It's like a movie, top down in LA. And you switching on your old friends, they just can't relate. Say that you can see right through me, but you're the one who's fake. Baby, I see what you're doing, but that just ain't no way. Now your life is like a movie, top down in LA. And you switching on your old friends, they just can't relate. Say that you can see right through me, but you're the one who's fake. Baby, I see what you're doing, but that just ain't no way. Say ride or die, but you're gonna live forever. All the time, chasing parties and the weather. All in line, got it all without no effort. Yeah, you pretty, but you deadlier than ever. Shorty always wanted limelight, never gonna be on stage. You been wasting all your time and now you got nothing to say. Like you ain't thinking straight, baby, you ain't thinking straight. Only saving face, now you only saving face. Like a movie, but you won't see the end. We only spending time that we really shouldn't spend. The saving never suits you, blowing all the bank. It's sad to see you go out the deepest end. Now your life is like a movie, top down in LA. And you switching on your old friends, they just can't relate. Say that you can see right through me, but you're the one who's fake. Baby, I see what you're doing, but that just ain't no way. Now your life is like a movie, top down in LA. And you switching on your old friends, they just can't relate. Say that you can see right through me, but you're the one who's fake. Baby, I see what you're doing, but that just ain't no way. That just ain't no way. Baby, you can pull up if you ask me anything.
So you say like, 30 minutes. Oh, just 30 minutes? Yeah. Oh, okay. Thank you, bro.
and the bolos bump another again. Me and the bolos bump another again. Break out your bad, baby, break out your bad. Break out your bad, baby, break out your bad. Me and the bolos popping up again. Me bomo clat, baby, another again. Break out your bad, baby, break out your bad. Break out your bad, baby, break out your bad.
Jumping, flexing, I just want to know. Gucci blessing, blessing, and I know when you ride, bless on me. You'll be something in my life, bless on me. Anyway, jumping, flexing, I just want to know. Gucci blessing, blessing, and I know when you ride, bless on me. You'll be something in my life, bless on me. Anyway.
Me and the bolos bump another again. Me and the
plant seeds, work feed. Well, enough of them want ready born. When the food gone so long, them run. And them can't be found. Still man fight the fight, me not give in. Day and night, me keep on building. Way of life, me breathe out, breathing. Oh, 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 oh. Tell them I'm a winner, yeah. Not pop down, not Joe, not turn in a sinner. Oh, man, still a believer. Even if we get knocked down, me keep the bounce. Now see me front, you got me from a little and I grow. Come on, a winner, yeah. Still a believer. And after the sunset, me not fed cause I'm the defi defend. The world it a turn, so me know that the sun a go rise again one day. I go reach higher heights, even if now it feels like I'm falling. All of me goodness and glory abide by my side, yeah. Knock it, come in, knock we till the work done. Winner, lose a man, a winner, and that's for certain. Never take no program, come me and me own dance. So me go and chad and chad and chad. Tell them I'm a winner, yeah. Not pop down, not Joe, not turn in a sinner. Oh, man, still a believer. Even if we get knocked down, we keep the bounce. Now see me front, you got me from a little and I grow. Come on, a winner, yeah. Still a believer. Tell them I'm a winner. Oh, 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 oh. Not pop down, not Joe, not turn in a sinner. Yeah, 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 still a believer. Even if we get knocked down, we keep the bounce. Now see me front, you got me from a little and I grow. Come on, a winner.
Hey bro, you leaving? Maybe? Okay. Yeah.
can grab it with your hands, nothing's out of reach. If you really want something, if you need it, you can grab it with your hands, nothing's out of reach. If you really want something, we all know that it's the only way to really say what we gonna say if we rise up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, you guys, I had pretty much an amazing day. I had no clue what I would be doing, and after it's all said and done, I'm back now. Didn't even get my day started, really. I don't think I left my apartment until it had to be around like 2 something, but it feels like I've been outside for now like 10 hours or 8 hours, whatever you want to say. I don't know. I just am amazed by the amount of sheer stuff that you can do in New York City. I hope you can kind of understand why I feel like it is the best city in the world, and I encourage anyone who is planning on visiting or has never been to New York City before to go ahead and do it and try to get as much as you can out of the city, because it is a never-ending city, and to me, I get all the bang for my buck as far as just feeling like I am stimulated at all times. I kind of figured that out over the years, that I can't do anything much less than New York City right now as far as living wise. I just like, even in Harlem, I can kind of like, it's more chill for me. Like obviously Harlem is Harlem and there's a lot going on, but like when I'm up here, I'm uptown, I feel away from the city, and then I can go dive into the city, go downtown and just catch such a vibe, and just that's all the energy I need, and then I can kind of dip back out and come back uptown to Harlem and just chill. So right now, like I just, first of all, I don't like to sit on my furniture when I come back after being outside in the city street, because I don't want to carry that stuff around. I never know what is exactly out there, sitting on benches, sitting on the subways and whatnot. I don't want to necessarily sit on my couch and whatnot. So as soon as I come home, I don't know if you guys can relate, but as soon as I come back home, pants are off and I am throwing either like sweatpants or a pair of shorts on, or just something comfortable that has not been outside. Same way with shoes and stuff. Like I don't want to be walking around on my freshly mopped floors with city outside shoes. So I don't want that, grime or whatever coming into my apartment. So I try to do the best I can as far as, switching over to my house shoes and taking my jeans off and sitting around with my shorts or loungewear, whatever you want to call it, housewear. So with that said, guys, like I am starving. I have definitely not drinking enough water. My foot was actually, not my foot, but my toe, as I was riding around, I was kind of like, I don't remember what I was doing exactly, but I got a little cramp in my like ring finger toe on my left foot. It was like, damn, like it lasted like, it felt like 10 whole minutes during that commute. But let me just see how much. So that was $8 just now to get all the way from essentially Chinatown all the way back up to Harlem. And that was probably a 55 minute ride. So like I said, guys, if you didn't know, if you are entering or exiting Brooklyn or any of the other boroughs, Queens, Staten Island, Bronx, if you are entering or exiting Manhattan, you pay $4 and some change up to 45 minutes. If you have the membership price, keep that in mind. So if you're paying for the Citi Bike membership, if you're entering or exiting a borough, you have 45 minutes to pay no more than $4 and some change, like $4.50, and then any dollar on top of the first 45 minutes, you start getting charged the regular member price rate of 25 something cents per minute. So that's why, like, me thinking about taking the subway and saving all my money to only spend $2.90 to get home, and it's still gonna be like a 50 minute subway ride, I personally feel like I get the most bang for my buck by just spending slightly more and taking the bike ride, because the scenery, I'm not stuck underground, and even though like the subway is convenient and whatnot, but I just personally feel like I got the most, there's more pros versus cons when it comes to riding the Citi Bike. First of all, I get to exercise, I get to be outside in the air and not stuck in like that nasty subway grime or whatever you want to call it. I get to be out, get some sunny D. I get to people watch. I get to just see the water. I get to see greenery. I get to smell the outside, the food, and just all the loveliness that's up in the air. I get to see flowers and like just all that good stuff. So to me, like, I can go on and on and on why the Citi Bike, or just riding a bike, or whether you rollerblading or skateboarding or something. I might eventually start doing that as opposed to biking, is like get some like rollerblades or find a little electric skateboard or something, just something to just switch it up and try something new, because I just never get old. I feel like the best way to explain New York City for me is feels like I'm a kid. It feels like I am a child and I can just be a child again and just like explore. Like, I guess if you remember when you were a kid or you were younger, or like you even pay attention to kids and watch kids and how they interact with the world, you can kind of see the difference between an adult who has stuff going on. You might have mortgages and relationship problems and priorities and expenses and taxes and retirement and Social Security and all these other problems, and it kind of distracts you from what's in front of you, versus a child just kind of goes out there, is jumping, playing in the sand and, you know, building sandcastles and stuff. Meanwhile, the parent is over there kind of like moping around and like, you know, arms crossed and just like don't even want to be on vacation really, and like just upset at the world and stuff. And it's because I believe there's so many outside forces that just kind of like get in the way of us as an adult and prevents us from living our true potential or getting the most out of life. So just wanted to throw that energy out there and just let you guys know that, at least for me, at least, I know it's not for everybody, but I just get out of my 24-hour clock, you know, I'm up for, let's say, 16 of those 24 hours. And being in New York City is by far the most invigorating or energizing and fulfilling of that 16-hour window of time, just because just so much to do. It's never ending. I can go see live music, I can go see comedy, I can go to the park, some of the best parks in the world. I can go people watch, I can go eat some of the best food in the world, I can go just stand by the buildings and take pictures and do street photography and just ride bikes. Is just like all that stuff is just, there's so much to do. And it's just, for me at this point, like it is needed for me to like be able to do that at my fingertip and not be somewhere that it's just, I find it hard to like feel that heart throb, to feel that heartbeat of a city and just the energy and people and just food and culture and all that stuff. Like a lot of these places that I've been to or lived in just don't have that. And I just really encourage people to you know, save up and try to just see New York City. You know, the city's amazing to me, and I just wanted to throw that out there. But I gotta figure out dinner. I've only eaten that delicious char siu that I had earlier at Han Fung #1, I believe it was called. So good. It was so much food too. I couldn't even finish it all. So much rice. Yeah, I am satisfied. This was a successful solo Saturday, I have to say. And I just had a slice of pizza. Was that last night or 2 nights ago? But it was delicious. I might just go get a slice of pizza from across the street. Yeah, I got to figure something out, because I can't just only have eaten that. I have to definitely, all those calories that I burned. I'm trying to actually see how many calories I've burned for the day, just riding bikes and stuff all day. So it says I have burned 926 calories. I thought it would be a lot more than that, just like walking around doing street photography. But I feel good. Like I don't feel like I had to like go work out or something this morning, because I knew that there was a chance that I might just be on a bike or something riding around, and that is also a ton of cardio. So yeah, I gotta find something to get my calories back up and start feeling a little bit more energized, because I do got to get this edit going on. But I hope you guys also enjoyed your Memorial Saturday weekend and got all the good vibes that you possibly could out of the day. So if you enjoyed this video, please like the video if you have not already. Subscribe if you would like to see more content. And of course, I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.
Sentimiento, son puro sentimiento.